Hey guys, welcome to a brand new episode. Today we're talking about the Mydefipet boss battle, which became live about 5 hours ago, and is running really smoothly at the moment. There's not a single problem with it. Obviously, big problem is the fact that everybody's getting a lot of failed transactions. We're going to talk about why that is, how you can slightly get around with it and maybe get a shot going through, and just talk about expectations. So I logged in at 4 a.m. this morning to see what was going on, and it wouldn't load up. I couldn't get in, and I fell asleep. Woke up an hour later, and then it was working again. But in that time, apparently it wasn't working at all. So got an extra hour in, which is nice because I woke up really early for this. After that, then it was working. The gameplay, you could see it all moving just really smooth. Not a single transaction was going through properly. We had where it showed pretty much all your pets as being worthy. The majority of my pets were worthy, so we're getting that 5 times damage. But then as time went on, that went away. It went to there was nobody who was classed as worthy, to the point where now random ones are worthy. Now I cannot determine what makes one worthy and what makes one not. I've not found any particular similarities between them. And then before it was number 12 was, I suppose is it the wings? It's the wings. But then Bugsy doesn't have wings. It looks like it's one of 2 wings. No, because they've got different wings. You can see that there's no similarities. I can't figure it out. So it keeps on changing. No, that's what I'm saying. So earlier on, it was this Venom had 5 times damage, and this didn't, and this Spike didn't. So there's something going on there which is messing things up, obviously. And I've been watching. I haven't had a single transaction go through because I stopped trying. And I thought I'll watch other YouTubers and see what they're doing and see if they've had any luck. I watched Mydefipet, who has been absolutely plying the gas fees to try and get one transaction through. And so his strategy for getting a transaction through, so this is one you might try, is when it comes to about half a minute left on the timer until the next boss comes through, he will run through and deploy, and keep deploying for a good solid minute. And eventually, what I've seen on his channel is that one transaction eventually went through, just one. I haven't seen him get more than one. He'd get a nice 5 times hit damage, which was 1 D-pet. Which is starting to pay back the gas fees that spend. The annoying thing is that you've got to approve. So when you click deploy, it's random. It's sometimes you can just go straight for the gas fee and pay it. Then other times it will say approve. So you've got to wait for approval to go through, which costs 50 cents in gas, which is the most expensive approval I've ever seen in anything. On the Binance Smart Chain. So that is a problem in slowing your transactions down going through. But if you really want to try and get one through, it could be that you get that final hit. Then that's the thing to go for. If we look at the rewards, it's as stated before, top 10 this season. Apparently it's 1 D-pet is the top that anybody has got. So it just goes to show. I mean, there were people with higher before. It just goes to show that just how many different accounts will probably be getting one transaction through, realistically. There's no way at this rate that I am getting all 480 pets through. So I suppose it is balanced in the fact that it doesn't necessarily favour people with loads and loads of pets, which we thought it might do. If I could set all these transactions going through, the problem with doing that is you've got a first come first served, and the stacking of transactions that would go through would be huge. And by now had anybody put a transaction through, by the time it gets to level 100, there would be no, that you wouldn't get in time. So I see why they've done it the way they're doing it. It does mean that anybody can log in at any time and still have a shot at getting your pet sent into battle. It's just not working very well at all, because people are getting a lot of failed transactions and a lot of gas fees in the process, and it's frustrating, and it's just not very efficient for a game. Now, let's bear in mind, this is still in beta. This is the first time they've tried it. It is something completely different from what you'll see on any blockchain game. You know, a boss battle like this, where we're all working together to fight the same boss. So it is a, you know, a very complex thing. You know, I just feel like they've stretched a little bit too far. So let's try this. Transaction deploy. Oops. Confirm. Confirm. 5 damage deploy. I mean, I didn't do it early, did I? Yep, so you can't see, but on that one, I've got an approval. Transaction has been reverted. As expected. Approve. By the time any of these transactions, I'm putting these deployed transactions through, everybody's already got in ahead of me. So there's no real chance of me getting in. That's why I think the strategy of going before, because the thing is, if you go 30 minutes before, obviously the battle hasn't started, but if it takes 30 seconds for your transaction to go through, at that point where it becomes open, that's when you've got a chance of getting in. So it's something to bear in mind if you're trying to get in. Now we're at level 20. We have, what, 80 levels left to go, and yeah, we got through these very, very quickly. So 5 hours. I suppose if it's meant to be a 12-hour time, is it meant to be 12 hours for us to be able to beat it? But we're smashing it in like the first couple of seconds because people are throwing so many pets at it. I mean, so if we look at my transactions in my MetaMask, which you can't actually see, but if we look, it is failed, approved, failed. And my assets, which you can't see, Mydefipet token is 0. Oh, we can refresh here, can't we? 0 tokens. So yeah, you have to try the strategy of doing it just before, 30 seconds before it actually goes into battle. Another thing to mention is that there are final hits which do give you a lot of DPET. Every boss will have a last hit reward. For example, some levels will get, you know, at level 100, 560 DPET. 300 level 90, and there'll obviously be levels in between them. So at these higher levels, this is where you do want to really try and get in. So I would recommend holding off, really. They might put in some fixes that make it a little bit more accessible. I don't know how they're going to do it in such a short time. I don't think it's realistic to change that. But yeah, if we get to these level 100s, if you can just get, you need one transaction to go through, you get that 560 DPET reward, you are $3,500 up. Like, damn. So they're obviously something you want to push for, but it's just, the problem is with this, it's a game, and at the moment people aren't able to play it. You know, it's a big thing this season 1, and it's going to be over in a day, and people likely won't have had one transaction gone through, and their BNB balance will have gone down. It's not good for satisfaction general around, I don't think. I just think there are too many pets available at the moment for this to be there's too many people have so many pets that, you know, we're all trying to get in at the same time, and it's an absolute bottleneck situation. So they're my thoughts on it. Just some tips if you do want to get through, you know, so hopefully that'll avoid some trial and error on your part. You can do what works. Maybe you'll get one through. Let me know in the comment section below if you've managed to get through. Let me know if you've managed to pull off that last hit reward. It'd be interesting to see if anybody's got that. Okay, well, that's all for this one. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like on the video. If you want to keep up to date with future content, hit subscribe. That's all from me. See you guys soon.